पैर, एड़ियाँ हैं जो मुझे चलने से रोक देते हैं। क्या मेरे हाथ मुझे कुछ छूने नहीं देते? आकाश छूने से रोक देते हैं मुझे। Do I create boundaries? The boundaries of death, of fear, of limiting myself. Is this body my limit? Is this what I see myself as? I have a few questions in my mind, which constantly keep pondering without any answers. I experiment with myself, my body, my soul, my breath, everything around me. I align myself to it. I try to align myself. And then I want to see what happens. What happens? Does my body stop? Does my mind stop? Is the experimentation, the experience the ultimate thing? But that experience is also, again, a part of ritual that I'm constantly leading my life into. Are these the idols that I've created for myself? Are these the idols which fulfill my boundaries, or they break my boundaries, or they confine me more because they themselves are confined? Am I an idol? I question myself. Beautiful idols. I am an idol. Am I an idol? Is this body an idol? Because after all, what is the difference between me and a stone? I don't know. I just don't know. I try to see the difference. The stone breathes, I breathe. It ages, I age. It erodes, even I do. I just don't know whether it thinks or it does not. I haven't been able to just get into the journey of that stone or of that idol. The sea eats it all. The sea is not confined, I felt. We try to confine it with the land around it, with a whole lot of cities, towns, everything around it, the forests, the mountains. I try to align myself with the sea. I have the sea in me. I have the sea in me. I have the sky in me. Do I try to confine that sky, the sea, into this? It'll flow out. Why doesn't it flow out from this? Why doesn't it flow out from this? Why have I limited it to this form, this body? Is it the biology or the way we are made? Or is it my mind? Because I'm sure my archetypes, the subconscious, the layers, everything opens, everything opens, everything opens. It just opens. Every time I see the sea, the sky, I want to fly. I want to touch the melting stars. I want to see, I want to hold. But again, in experience, why am I not the sea? It just gets into everything. Why am I not that water? Why am I not that sky? Is it the boundaries? The boundaries that I've created for myself? Because I'm sure if there is nothing which is not of all these things, then how can there be any kind of a stoppage? Any kind of a stoppage? Everything has to be a part of it. Constantly moving, changing. This constant recycling, cycling, rejuvenation. I cannot call it birth, because if it is birth, then it has to be dead. And is it dead? What is dead? Am I just confining again when I talk about birth? Because if there is a birth, it has to be dead. Now, this is just a question or a monologue that I'm having with myself, because these are my questions, but somewhere down the line, I feel that these are the questions we all have. We may, heed to them, we may not. We may just keep thinking that, well, these are so metaphysical that they cannot be experienced, they cannot be experimented. There has to be some logic behind all this I don't know, these are dreams or these are your own imagination or concoctions. But somewhere down the line, I'm sure we all do have questions which we don't ask. Again, I feel it is fear. It is fear of something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. How does it matter? But then why are we scared of this death? Why don't we want to question it? Is there death? Is there anything like death? Because even when the star melts, it doesn't go into the oblivion. It is part of that space. The vapors from the sea, when they are drying up, moving up, we all know the cycle. We don't have to talk about it. But why? Why then this confinement? Why this stoppage? Why this stoppage? I'm not here summoning anything, but the fact is that I do question these things, and when I sit alone, I wonder Do we all have these questions? Is there a difference between me and you? Is there a difference between me and this table? Is there a difference between me and this projector, this computer, this camera? You all. Is there a difference? Are we all idols who want our own identity, our own place of reverence, puja, of pride? What is it that we want? Why don't we want to be as one? Does it scare us? Does it scare us to melt away the identities, to melt away this body, to melt away this room? Can we think about a space while sitting in this room, not having a ceiling, in spite of having a ceiling? Can we think about this light right from there, giving all kind of illumination without the bulb? I wonder. It surprises me, it amuses me, but nevertheless, I just want to believe that we all have these questions. We all have these questions. We all know there's nothing as death. There's nothing as stopping. But we still keep trying to create those boundaries, those forts, trying to hold it high above our noses so that nothing stops us. Nothing stops us. We become the idols. But idols are created by us only. I think. I totally believe that. Can't we think of a space that is just sky? I think of it. I've imagined myself as a bird. Then again, bird has a body. Do I confine myself to that bird then? Was I a bird sometime? Or was I just the sky that I wanted to meet? Just I wanted to touch? I think I was the sky. I think I was the sky. I wanted to catch it. Again, catch it. I cannot have a language other than that. I have trained myself to just catch it, not to be it. I wonder, after experimenting with this body, would I ever get out of it? Keep flowing without the archetypes. With my umbilical cord tied to the deepest of the oceans, being a part of it, would I ever be? Everything keeps coming back. Best to let it go. Best to let it go. Can we let go? I let go of this body, of the fear of losing it, the worlds that we create, which the sea so easily consumes, washes away, we happily give it back. The worlds that we create, we happily give it back. We know it is hers. Now I call the sea her. She's creating all the time. Bind me to the laughter of the sea. Does my breathing vibrate with the heart of the ocean? It's also poetic. Can I give it back to where I came from? Whatever I came from. Is anything mine? Even the archetypes that I have in my mind, is it mine? Are the experiences mine? Is the mind mine? What is mind? It's just, after all, just a thought process. One thought coming and going. Can it stop? I don't think so. It just keeps coming back. Whatever I give it back. And I get it back. There is no stopping. It is just like the wave of the sea. Whatever goes, tide goes back, again closing. It is the breath. The life keeps going on. Whether we are living in this body or not, I feel it keeps going on. The breath of the sea, of the ocean, the sky, the air, of everything around me. So, what is death? Why do I stop? Why do I change? I stop.